The Ha Giang Loop is the quintessential North Vietnam adventure. A few epic days on a motorcycle in the far north, riding through scenic mountains, remote villages, and iconic winding roads that feel completely removed from anything you've ever done. When done right, it lives up to the hype. But when done wrong, it can be uncomfortable or even regrettable. And there are a handful of decisions that shape how the whole experience unfolds. So if you're planning the loop, here are a few things worth getting right. The first mistake is booking the wrong tour. Not all operators run things the same way, and this is one of those trips where that really matters. I went with Hao, and what stood out was how organized everything felt. The guides were friendly, spoke great English, and the whole trip just ran smoothly from start to finish. Shout out to Lo, my driver and our tour guide, who was awesome. He really made the trip special. If you're comparing options, you can use a site like Viator to get a sense of pricing and what's out there, or you can book directly with a tour like the one I did. I'll add links in the description below. Either way, this is one of those decisions that sets the tone for everything that follows. Just make sure to check reviews and do some research ahead of time. The next one is not choosing the right transport to and from Ha Giang. Most tours include a sleeper bus from Hanoi, and you'll usually have the option to upgrade to a VIP sleeper. I booked the VIP option, but somehow initially got put on the wrong bus, and then eventually got on the correct bus. And the first bus, man, it was tight, it was cramped, and it was not comfortable at all. Once I transferred to the actual VIP sleeper, night and day. Way more space. I was able to stretch out my legs, so it was more comfortable. So if you're on the taller side, or if you just want like a little better of an experience, definitely book the VIP sleeper. I think it was only a few dollars extra. And on the way back, originally I was supposed to wait several hours in Ha Giang and then take another one of those overnight buses back to Hanoi. But I asked the tour operator if there were other options because I wanted to get back earlier, and they were able to put me on an earlier, smaller bus at no extra cost. So I got back to Hanoi well before midnight, which is a much better experience overall. So it's worth asking questions here because small changes can make a big difference. The third mistake is choosing the wrong riding style for you. You can either drive yourself or go with an easy rider, where you're on the back of a bike with a local driver. I went with the easy rider option, and there's definitely an added level of security that comes with that, especially if you're not comfortable on a motorcycle. As an easy rider, you're riding with someone who's incredibly experienced. They do this as their job every single day. So you can just kick back, relax, enjoy the surroundings instead of focusing on the road and safety the entire time. And if you're trying to get footage like I was while you're on the bike, this is easily the better option. You've got a free hand, so you can actually capture what you're seeing. If you're experienced and you want more freedom, driving yourself might be your style. But for me, I went with the easy rider option. But that was because I didn't have an international motorcycle license, which brings me to the next one. The fourth mistake is ignoring the license situation. To legally drive a motorbike in Ha Giang, you need an international motorcycle license, not just the international driving permit. So if you're licensed back home to drive a motorcycle, you can get the international motorcycle license as well. A lot of people don't have one. Some choose to risk it, but there are frequent police checkpoints along the route. And if you get stopped, the fines are usually about 1 million to 1.5 million Vietnamese dong, which is roughly like $40 to $60 US. But that can happen again and again. And there's not a lot of ATMs out there, so you have to bring a ton of cash. For me, it wasn't worth it. The fifth mistake is underestimating the weather. These tours run rain or shine, so if you've already booked and paid and the forecast turns, you're still going. Summer months, especially May through September, can be very hot and rainy. And winter can get really cold and foggy, especially in the mountains, which means you might not even get the views you came for. I went in late March, and honestly, they were ideal conditions for me. It was never too hot, never too cold. Every day was mostly clear, and I never really thought about the weather being a factor, so that means it was incredible. But one thing that most people don't think about, you're exposed to the sun for most of the day, so if you're not covered up or wearing sunblock, you're gonna get absolutely cooked. Spring and fall are generally your best bet if you can time it right. The sixth mistake is underestimating the physicality. You're on the bike for, give or take, 8 hours a day, sitting in one position, holding yourself upright, especially on turns and steeper descents. It adds up quickly. And if you're a taller or bigger person, especially as an easy rider, it can get really uncomfortable. You kind of have to hold yourself in position so you're not sliding into your driver, and after a while, you're just kind of counting down the minutes until the next stop to stretch your legs. Also, if you're planning on driving yourself, keep in mind that you're likely going to start the loop on very little sleep. When you take the overnight bus from Hanoi, you get to Ha Giang at like 3 or 4 a.m. and you start early in the morning, so you're not going to have a lot of time to relax and rest. So if that's not something you're comfortable with, a better move is getting to Ha Giang a day early and starting rested. One more mistake, don't forget to bring cash. While all of your primary needs are covered in the tour, if you want anything outside of that, like coffees, smoothies, beers, snacks, small souvenirs, you're gonna need cash. And you're gonna want to get a drink at a stop off. All they provide is water. The smoothies are so good. You're gonna want a beer too. Definitely bring some cash. Because once you're out there, ATMs are few and far between. And if you need help planning all of this, I put together a free guide that you can download and take with you. It covers everything I talked about here, plus the exact tour I used and a few helpful resources to make things easier. I'll put the links to everything in the description below. The Ha Giang Loop was probably the most memorable experience for me in all of North Vietnam. There's something about the adventure of being on that motorcycle that really stuck with me. So I would definitely recommend doing it if you do it right. As always, thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe. It just takes you a few seconds, but it actually means so much to me as a creator, so I appreciate it. See you guys in the next one.